Welcome back, everyone. This is Pineleaf Needles for Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper. We received a letter from Saradin, who's asked us to check with him concerning what is going on here. Apparently, Bill Fernie is up to more bad business, and we are to find out what this is. In other words, I'm probably here to face more brigands. So let us head out here. And actually, I think he also said something about some orcs. So whether it has something to do with these orcs that we saw mentioned earlier in some of those letters, or has something to do with more brigands, we shall find out. Anyway, this is Saradin's cabin up here. And we'll have to make our way through some bears. Okay, navigate around them. It looks like we don't have to actually fight them. I'll take that back. It looks like is that a wolf or a bear that saw us? A wolf saw us. Very well. Now we can talk to Saradin.
What can I do for you?
It is good to finally meet you, Pinestone. Your efforts in these lands restore hope where it is needed most. I only hope that we can lean upon you for more assistance. Well, at least he is straight out in saying it. We must work diligently to undo the harm that has been wrought on these lands. I pray that you are not too late in beginning your efforts.
How can I be of service?
Your reputation precedes you. We are well aware of your efforts here in Breeland and abroad. We, the Rangers of the North, thank you for all that you have done. I wonder, though, are you willing to help us even more? Are you willing to stand against foes that have long risen up against the men of Middle-earth, threatening to tear us out of our roots and make this world over by the grim visage of evil? This doesn't sound like brigands. I think you are willing to and able. It is for this reason I ask that you make your way north along the Greenway to a place where a pass cuts towards the eastern hills. There, in the ruins of the Greenway Fort, you will find one of my brethren. His latest reports tells me of a great danger growing out of the north, and he is in need of much assistance. Very well. But while you're on your way there, I have another task for you.
What can I do for you?
The Thornleys, farmers and workers in the land for many generations, have been spared much danger from the brigands. Word has reached me, however, that the patriarch of the family is gone missing as he went to deal with the foes out in the north. If you're willing, I will ask that you visit Rose Thornley to the west of her home and ask her about the well-being of her husband. Very well. Let us see. And fortunately, the Thornleys' place is just across the road. In fact, I've been in this general vicinity a while already.
What do you need?
Rob has gone missing. But how do you know this? Are you one of those Southerners looking to steal this place? You'll find that we're much harder than the land we live on. No, you're not, are you? Sent in by the Rangers. Never did trust them much, skulking around in cover of night, never talking proper like, but I must admit a feeling of gratitude lately. Leastwise, since Rob's gone missing. Rob went out with his father's sword, trying to scare off those brutish men from the north. He left a few days back, and he has yet to come home. I am running out of excuses to tell the workers. Please, will you go find him? All right. Oh, and by the way, my workers might have some work for you.
Would you do something for me?
Have you seen the bears around here? They stumble so close to the farm both day and night that I think they're growing tame, or worse. Yes, so kill bears. And I don't think we need that one there.
Would you do something for me?
Greetings, friend. Did the missus send you over to talk to me? I told her again and again, Mr. Thornley too, the horses will get spooked if we bring them in with what's here at night. The wolves. There are wolves all about these lands, and there is a den of them west of here. Yes. Kill wolves.
Could I speak with you a moment?
The others are concerned about carnivores stalking in these lands, but I am worried about the boars. They are certainly capable of eating meat, but it is their bedding habits that concern me. The number of boars in these lands is enough to trample down the surrounding fields and destroy the food supply that we need for the animals. Therefore, we need to get rid of bears and boars. I know, that sounds familiar. And wolves. That even sounds a little familiar. So, mainly though, we are going to be heading on our way to our destination, to the fort, to talk to that ranger. As for search for the husband, we'll do that while we're doing our other quests. But I figure that if we take care of the animal slayer quests as we're along the way. Alright, make sure I stop first. I can at least not have to worry about that later. But I'm not going to go out of my way like that bear that we saw just a moment ago. We will do that later. Boars, though, I'm more likely to go out of my way on simply because I've known from past experience that the boars are the hardest ones to find. For example, with the wolves, there's this big den of wolves, so if I need to finally take care of all the wolves, then I know a nice, good place I can go and guarantee to get them all. There we go. You know the rule. You near me when I'm at full, you get that. This place is riddled with bears today. Not that they've ever been particularly hard to find. But I don't think I've quite run into this many at once before. Is that a board there? Oh, it is, it is. Well, okay, technically it's a sow. Alright, it's a wild pig, and a wild pig is called a boar, just regardless of gender. So I guess that's the one case where you can be both a sow and a boar.
How can I be of service?
Saradin is a man of his word, as I am. Your arrival came at a critical moment. There isn't much work to do, and too few of us are here to complete all that must be done. Perhaps we will slow the progress of the foe with our combined efforts. This, at least, is as good of hope as I have. Alright, now let's see, I can move Rob Thornley there since I'm going to have to find him.
Might I take a moment of your time?
I have been watching the movement of orcs crossing into Breeland from the north downs, and I fear that before we move against those besieged in the north downs, we must first strengthen the borders here. We have seen the orcs making their way south through the pass near Trestle Bridge, in a small encampment to the east of the Greenway. Yes, kill orcs.
Would you do something for me?
Though it brings me no pleasure, and I hope that you find nothing in your investigation, I must ask that you complete a grisly task to purge the orcs from the Bree-land. The orcs have come from the North Downs, and the simple trail from them to follow will be through the beleaguered town of Trestlebridge. I would ask that you search for orcs for the fell signs of a struggle against the people of the North Downs in the form of cloth made by men. Okay, so gather cloth. And I just can't ignore this wolf standing there we go. But don't worry, that may be my first wolf, but it won't be my last. In fact, this place has a rather high concentration of wolves at it. So first I get bunches of bears, then I get bunches of wolves. Hello. You seen a wolf anywhere around here? Okay, you're a wolf. You seen any pigs around here? No, no pigs. But plenty of bears. The bears do have a borderline where if you go too far north you don't get credit for them. But obviously I'm not too far north yet. And yeah. Young bear. Don't ask me the logic of these things sometimes. First you run to a zone with lots of animals at this level. Then you run to another zone of lots of animals at another level. And you're wondering, what's special about Zone A that, yeah, hungry bears I don't think count. And the logic is, okay, we're up further north, but they're at a lower level than the others. No wonder they don't count. I'm trying to make my way to the orc camp. That wolf did not count. Okay, okay. So it must be the wolves that don't count if you go too far north. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about the local wildlife at the moment. But we do have orcs. Indeed, Orc Slayer. Killed orc. Yes, it's now time to kill lots of orcs. Now this is the toughest enemy to find, are these crawlers. So got you a crawler, take one out. But grunts, they're very easy. You'll find a billion of them before you're done. Oh, I really need another cash out skill. I know it's a long time before I'm going to get epic conclusion. Yeah, that's it for grunts. Plenty of grunts. At least with all this, I am working on my deed to kill orcs and Bree. Alright, that's 2 of those archers. Now there's more orcs this way. just a grunt there. Ah. But here's a prowler. I need to kill 5 of these prowlers, and they're the rarest one. Killers, well, while not exceedingly common, I find them to be much more common than prowlers, and you only have to kill 3 of those. I've never understood the logic of that. Okay, that's all. Those are all the killers I need. Alright, and there's a... Ooh, completed versatility. Steeds. Actually, I might as well... I don't need any more killers. I do want to clear out this area before I talk to that person there. You know who is going to turn out to be. Hello.
What is this world coming
Help
to?
at last! We must get out of here, quickly!
Will you let me speak my
Please,
piece?
you must help me. These orcs captured me while I was away from the farm on business. Please help me escape, alright? So now we must get out of here. Which is one reason for clearing out the area. And of course there are a couple of extra orcs that come along just for this quest. Actually, this prowler is good to have around. It's one way to get extra prowlers. This quest. Surely that's not it. Easiest run through of that quest ever. Alright, so I just need one more prowler and I'm done. And I know that there's one up here. In fact, I see him right there. You know you've done the quest too many times if you know exactly where to find each of the mobs. Alright, that's done, that's done, that's done. So I could turn all those in. And that's round 1 of this business. Let's face it, an adventurer's job is never done. Let's see, now I completed versatility. Mending Burst, Sustaining Bolt, or Smoldering Wrath. Alright. So that gives me 3 sets that I've managed to start up. It would be nice to actually finish one of those sets. Now let's see. Which bears are actually yeah, okay, it's 8 bears. Yeah. Right, 9 bears. Hello, wolf. How am I doing on these deeds? Let's see. I need Master of Illusions. Use Words of Grace skills. Oh, that is going to take me a long time. Tail of Rage, strike with Wrath of Flame skills, which I don't use too often. Of course, ones I don't use too often. Use Shocking Touch. I really should remember to use that one more. And use Fiery Ridicule, which I should use a bit more as an opener.
What can I do for you?
This find leaves me with more concern than before. Still, our forces must remain here in Bree-land. There are lives to save here as well as in the north, and we must establish at least one bulwark against the orcs. Thank you for doing this. And
How can I be of service?
the number of orcs pushing through Trestle Bridge and other areas abutting the North Downs is disconcerting. We must not allow them to move beyond their current positions. We must do everything possible to end this threat here and now. And that concludes today's episode. Now it looks like he has 2 more quests for us, and we will do those next time in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays, the Rune-keeper.